as you work, okay? So stand on the left foot, have the block in your left hand, let's say, for starters, and then just set the block down somewhere on the floor. I don't mind what's going on with the other leg, you just use it for balance, that's fine. But try to stay, sorry, now I'm talking and losing my balance. Stay connected through the left heel to the floor. Now, go for the block with your right hand. So if you set it out way up to the left, you gotta go get it, okay? And then set the block down with your right hand, leave it there, come back up, and then go for it with the left hand. Okay, so keep going back and forth like this, driving the left heel into the floor the whole time, trying to notice the response of your foot to balance and your hamstring and your calf muscle. And then maybe you start to challenge yourself by placing the block in places you know it would be hard to get. Maybe you even place the block where you can't see it while maintaining balance, and then you go back for it with the other hand. And it's amazing how the brain remembers exactly where you put it, even if you go for it with a different hand. Do a couple more on this side. That left leg should be really talking to you now. But feeling the hamstring and feeling how different parts of the back of the leg are firing depending on where you have to reach and how you have to balance. Last one. Okay, good. Relax that leg, shake it out. Stand on your right foot and straighten your left leg back behind you. And then bring your arms overhead. And so, see how I'm kind of like a stick from my fingertips through my left foot? So this is called balancing stick pose. And so the wall is there, you know it's there, and we're just gonna tip forward and try to place our fingertips on the wall. So bring your weight into the ball of the right foot and start to drive the right heel into the floor. Feel your hamstrings turn on, and just tip yourself forward, trying to stay in a straight line, and your fingertips will find the wall. And maybe you're higher up because that's what your hamstring can handle, okay? But your fingertips are there, so you don't have to worry about balance. Maybe you come completely parallel to the floor. Drive your right heel into the floor and find the weight in the ball of the foot. So I feel like I'm a little too close to do that. So, and if you can, try to have your fingertips on the wall rather than flat palms. Spin your left heel out, toes to the midline, and try to have your low back parallel to the floor. And then push the wall away from you with your fingertips. And then equally push into the wall. Figure that out, okay? And then with your hands on the blocks, and if this is too low for you, you can put your hands on a chair or something higher if you need to. That's totally fine. So hands on the blocks, we'll just enter this without a lot of pomp and circumstance. Drive the right heel into the floor and lift the left foot to the wall. So reach back with one hand, make sure your sacrum is parallel to the floor, and then spin your left heel out, left toes to the midline. And maybe you have to kind of adjust your stance. But what I want you to do is drive your left heel into the wall, and then corkscrew your right foot into the floor and drive the right heel into the floor. And maybe you can lift one hand away from the block and breathe. Corset your front ribs in. Maybe you switch hands. Now, with your foot pushing into the wall, it's probably going to be very hard to lift both hands. But if you want to try to test your balance, you can. That's a lot on the right leg. Without the wall. Okay, so now you've tried it a couple of different ways. Let's see. Let's see what we can accomplish. So you may not tip all the way forward, and that's fine. What we're looking for is an investigation into balance. So step your left foot back, bring your arms overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, corset your front ribs in. Spin your pinkies to the midline, thumbs out. So the palms should be kind of facing the back of the room. Get strong and straight like you're a stick. Drive your right heel into the floor and just start to tip your weight forward. Maybe you just get here, and that's fine. So think about that block drop drill, right? It was no big deal. You were doing this the whole time. The only difference now is we've made it a formal, yoga asana name, Virabhadrasana 3. but you'll push push the fingertips forward like you could push into the wall, and then push the heel back like you could drive your foot into the wall. Corset your front ribs together. Spin your left heel out, toes to the midline. Notice how your foot is responding so well to balance. That right foot is doing all those things without you thinking about it. If you fall out, return to the shape for one breath and then release on your own terms. Slowly tip yourself back up to standing. And then bring your feet together, let your hands come down. Second side. Step your right foot back, drive the left heel into the floor. Lift your arms overhead, spin your pinkies to the midline, thumbs away from you. Inhale, and on your exhale, corset the front ribs together. And then driving the left heel into the mat, just start to tip your weight forward. Engage your belly, keep the ribs corseted in. Spin your right heel out, right toes to the midline, and think about the block dropping drill. Easy peasy, right? No stress. Push your fingertips away like you were pushing into the wall. Drive your heel into the wall behind you and breathe. If you fall out, return for one breath so that you can exit on your terms. One more breath. And then tip your weight back up. Release your arms and step.